So now you are officially in charge of South Park's fish and wildlife. You have authority over all of them.
I have authoritah?
Number 10. I'm not just sure, Butters, I'm HIV positive. After getting his tonsils removed in this episode, Cartman is infected with HIV because doctors botched the surgery.
Eric, I'm afraid that we've accidentally infected you with the AIDS virus.
HIV and AIDS are, needless to say, monstrously serious topics, but that doesn't stop Cartman from developing the habit of saying he's HIV positive whenever he's sure about something.
Are you sure Kyle has to be taught a lesson?
I'm not just sure, Butters. I'm HIV positive.
After all, what's the point of having an affliction if you can't take advantage of wordplay opportunities that come with it, right? What's great about this line is how silly the pun is in contrast to how heavy the topic is, though Kyle doesn't see the humor in it.
You boys both have the virus, are you sure?
We're not just sure, we're HIV positive.
Will you stop it with that? What part of this is funny to you?
Number 9. Words cannot express how much I hate you guys. It's no secret that Cartman does not get along with Stan and Kyle and is often at odds with them.
That's it, Cartman. You can't be the drummer. Hey, I'll get it. Dude, the Civil War reenactment is tomorrow. You're not going to get it by tomorrow. Yes, I will.
In this episode, Cartman dresses up like General Robert E. Lee and leads a Confederate army of Civil War reenactors to revive the Confederacy, to avoid losing a bet about which side won the Civil War. While on the road, Cartman sends along a letter that begins with this quote, where he expresses his true feelings for his supposed friends.
Dear guys, words cannot express how much I hate you guys. As we fight our way northward into the great unknown, only that one thing remains certain, that I hate you guys with every tired muscle in my Confederate body.
It's reminiscent of Ken Burns' famed Civil War documentary. For example, Major Sullivan Ballew's moving letter to his wife.
Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. And lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I'm no more.
Except in this case, Cartman is driven by spite. Number 8. Being a sellout is sweet. At the end of early episodes of South Park, Kyle or Stan would learn a lesson after going through a bizarre experience.
I'm just glad everything turned out okay, and Bob Brady got his job back. It's poetic justice.
However, here we have one of the rare times that Cartman learns a lesson. Of course, because this is Cartman, the lesson learned won't lead to moral clarity or any kind of enlightenment. He learns the benefits of being a sellout after making money selling t-shirts from a movie he had a hand in creating.
And I've learned something too. Being a sellout is sweet because you make a lot of money. And when you have money, you don't have to hang out with any poor-ass losers like you guys.
It figures that Cartman would take away a lesson that would make him more short-sighted and selfish.
Serves you right, Cartman. You're a sellout. I'm not a sellout. What's a sellout? If you work in the entertainment business and you make money, you're a sellout.
It's all gone to hell, children, and we're all to blame.
Number 7. Anything that's fun costs at least $8. Trying to make the most of their weekend, Stan and his friends look for something to do.
So what should we do now? It's Saturday. We have to have as much fun as possible. Hey, I know. Let's go play laser tag at Funplex.
The problem is, Stan doesn't want to do an activity that costs money. Dismissing the plea for frugality, Cartman then utters this quote, which, according to him, is the first law of physics.
Stan, don't you know the first law of physics? Anything that's fun costs at least $8.
Yeah, dude, nothing fun is free.
However, to be fair to Cartman, because Stan wants to do something free, he ends up taking a personality test that gets him in trouble with Tom Cruise and the Church of Scientology. So he should have taken Cartman's advice.
We are gonna sue you!
What?
Yeah, you think you can say our religion is a lie? We'll sue you, buddy!
You told me it was a lie.
Oh, now you're putting words in my mouth! You are so sued!
Number 6. Love is like taking a dump, Butters. After seeing a new girl named Nicole at school, Cartman tries to set her up with Token.
Oh my god, Token? Are you stoked? Aw, that's awesome, Token. I'm happy for you.
Unsurprisingly, his intentions are not pure, as the reason he's trying to make Nicole and Token a couple is because he thinks that only people from the same race should date each other. When Butters questions whether Nicole and Token are right for each other, Cartman enlightens Butters with this pearl, his take on love.
Love is like taking a dump, Butters. Sometimes it works itself out, but sometimes you gotta give it a nice, hard, slimy push.
It may be the least romantic statement ever made on the subject of love, and is clearly more reflective of Cartman's manipulative nature.
It's not fair! They were so happy!
Number 5. Hippies. They're everywhere. They want to save the earth, but all they do is smoke pot and smell bad. If there's one thing or group that Cartman hates, it's hippies.
No, hippies all around me. Help, mommy, Hippies.
As Stan tries to take Cartman's kidney while he sleeps, Cartman has a bad dream where he's surrounded by hippies. With this quote, Cartman sums up pretty much everything he believes and hates about hippies.
Hippies. Hippies. They're everywhere. They want to save the earth, but all they do is smoke pot and smell bad. Help.
We don't actually get to see the dream, as Cartman's only seen tossing and turning, but we do see that he's in agony. Hippies aren't usually a common subject for nightmares, but given Cartman's outlook on life and society, it must be his vision of hell.
I am so pissed off!
Number 4. I'm not fat, I'm festively plump. In denial about his weight problem, Cartman always comes up with excuses whenever he's called fat by his peers, such as referring to himself as big-boned.
And I'm not fat, I'm big bone.
One example of this takes place in the first South Park Christmas special, when Cartman refers to himself as festively plump after Stan cruelly calls him Fat Boy.
Kyle's mom is here to ruin Christmas. Shut up, fat boy! I'm not fat, I'm festively plump.
Festively plump sounds like a good euphemism for anyone who's overweight to use, though festive doesn't exactly come across as an accurate word to describe Cartman. Usually when he is happy, it's more like sadistic glee.
How about we sing Kyle's mom is a stupid bitch in D minor?
Number 3. I made you eat your parents. Speaking of Cartman's sadistic glee, here's a classic example of just that.
After a night with the hacksaw, I was all ready to put on my chili con carnival so that I could tell you personally about your parents' demise.
After tricking Scott Tenorman into eating the remains of his parents and revealing how it was part of an elaborate payback for the humiliation he put Cartman through, Cartman lets out with this childish taunt.
Nya 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 nya, I made you eat your parents. Nya 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 nya.
The burn feels, shall we say, just a wee bit on the insensitive side after having carried out such a sadistic and twisted plan. This was kind of a turning point in how evil Cartman can get and how cavalier he could be about his horrible actions.
Yes! Yes! Oh, let me taste your tears, Scott. Your tears are so yummy and sweet.
Number 2. Screw you guys, I'm going home. A common catchphrase in early seasons, this is what Cartman says whenever he feels insulted by Stan and Kyle.
My mom says if I take swimming lessons, I could be in the Olympics someday. Yeah, the fat-ass Olympics. I'm trying to make the best out of a bad situation. I don't need to hear crap from a bunch of hippie freaks living in denial. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Or if he feels annoyed by a set of circumstances and wants to bail, such as being trapped in a rainforest or getting hung up on a cross.
Look, you can stay over nya, but I'm going over nya.
Young man, I have had it!
No. You nya, me nya. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Cartman often says this when someone needs his help or cooperation, and he doesn't feel like being a team player in any way. It's the perfect thing to say whenever you want to tell off the world and you want to get away from it all, rightly or wrongly.
I don't want to be Jesus anymore. Don't leave me here, you guys. All right, that does it. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I know I've said this before, but you guys are lucky I'm not still in my trying to perfect my Cartman impression phase, because this would have been a very different video, is all I'll say. Anyway, I think you probably have a pretty good idea what's at number 1, especially if I tell you it's not him singing Come Sail Away or talking about Kyle's mom. So let's make our way through the honorable mentions, and then we'll name our top Cartman quote.
Kyle, this is the way the world works. If you want to find some quality friends, you gotta wade through all the dicks first. Yeah, you don't even know anything about Christianity. I know enough to exploit it.
Too bad drinking scotch isn't a paying job, or else Kenny's dad would be a millionaire. No, Kenny, you can't have any. No, Kenny, this is my property.
Number 1. You will respect my authoritah. While Officer Bar Brady is busy learning how to read, he makes Cartman a deputy, leaving him in charge of maintaining law and order in South Park.
Do I get a nightstick?
Sure, nightsticks for everybody! You keep a tab on crime in the city, and we'll try to solve the chicken lover case.
10-4, Sergeant.
The authoritah goes to Cartman's head, and he quickly abuses it.
Yeah, you're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
For example, when he stops and questions Stan's dad Randy, who he suspects is breaking the law, he utters this classic line right before he, beats him with a nightstick for talking back and failing to comply with his demands. The fact that he thinks he's owed respect because of his position shows how arrogant and entitled he is. Respect my authoritah pretty much sums up what Cartman is all about. We can only assume this line will come back if and when Parker and Stone decide to comment on the anti-police brutality protests of 2020.
So now you are officially in charge of South Park's fish and wildlife. You have authority over all of them.
I have authority?
That's right. And people must respect it.
Well, that should be fun, just fun.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.